Hello everyone, what's up? This is Syed Musa Kalim from Epicop, and today I'm going to create a simple Ionic app using Firebase. So first we need to install AngularFire package. So we'll install it first, and you can see here I have opened my Firebase dashboard. So all you need to do is you need to visit Firebase website and you need to create a new project. So I have created mine here. You can see here, if you want to create a new project, then you can create from here. So my project is ready, and inside this I'll create I'll click hosting, not hosting, I'll click database. As you can see here, I have database. So first of all, I'll delete this one so that we can install a new one. We can create a new database table, real-time database here. So in this video I'm going to create a simple contact list, and that list will be stored here in this database. So we need to check the rules first before calling database. So you have to give access to everyone so that it can be accessed by publicly. It should not be anything like authentication. So if you visit this, you might notice that there is something like this, which I'll show you here. This one, auth not equals to null. It means that if user is authenticated, then only your database can be accessed by that user. So in my case, I am giving access to all users without authentication, because authentication is not the part of this video. So you need to give true, and in write as well you need to give true. Read and write should be true. So we are all set now. So we'll create a simple contact list and we'll store that list in this database using Ionic 3 using Firebase. So let's get started. So first you need to install AngularFire package using this command: npm install AngularFire 2 firebase dash dash safe. Dash dash safe means it save your package in package.json. It save all dependencies. So you need to run this command. In my case, I have installed already. I have installed that package, so I'm not going to install it again. So after installing AngularFire package, all you need to do is to you need to open app.module.ts file, which is your root module of your application, and inside that root module you need to give import statements for AngularFire module. As you can see here, I have already given AngularFire module, AngularFire database module as well. So also you have to use import statement for HTTP module. So AngularFire module comes from AngularFire 2. Fire database module comes from AngularFire 2 slash database, and this comes from Angular slash HTTP. So after after giving these all import statements in your root module, you need to visit your Firebase dashboard, and then you need to select uh, your dashboard. Yeah, you can see here. Yeah, you need to click this web setup button so that you can access your configuration key. Here you can see my configuration key is this: API key, auth domain, database URL, and other things as well. So you need to copy this thing and you need to paste it here, and I have already given in my root module. It should be constant. I have created a constant variable, and inside that I have given this all things. This is mandatory one. Without this you may not access your database. So for authentication, for everything, you need to give this in your root module. After giving this or after uh, giving this Firebase API key, or you can say your web setup configuration stuff. You need to give, you need to assign HTTP module inside imports array, and also AngularFire database module, which we have used here, this one, and also AngularFire module, which is here. So these all things you need to assign inside the imports array. After that you need to create a provider for dealing with database. So for that I'll create a new provider here using command Ionic G provider Firebase service. So this command is going to create a provider for us with the name Firebase service. I'll hit enter. This might take some time, so we'll continue with the root module. So I have explained all things about root module, and now we have to wait for this provider to be created. So after doing these all things, uh, we need some stuff in Firebase service provider. That things I'll show you after the provider gets created. So it might take some time to load, it might take some time to be created. So I'll show you. If you want to know more about Angular file, then you can visit this URL github.com/angular/angularfire2. I like this one. I personally liked this one, and I have also used this code for my authentication. So this is the best uh, reference for you to get started with Firebase and all other things which is related to Firebase. Now we'll see. Yeah, okay, generated. Our provider is created here. Yeah, you can see here when we open this, you can see here we have three import statements: injectable, which is for dependency injection, HTTP, and RxJS. So we need to use this Firebase Angular Fire database import statement. We need to give here fire module. We don't need module, we just need Angular Fire database from Angular Fire 2/database. So this uh, provider we need to assign to our root module. As you can see here, I have already given service provider, Firebase service provider from Firebase service file, this one, which we have created just now. We have created one provider from with the name Firebase service provider. So I have imported this Firebase service provider here in the root module from providers slash Firebase hyphen service slash Firebase hyphen service, which is in this directory. Inside providers, inside Firebase service, we have our Firebase service. So I have given the import statement here already. Now we need to assign this Firebase service provider to the providers array, because it's a provider, right? So we need to assign into the providers array, so then only we can use this in our application. So inside this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create one, I'm gonna pass one parameter inside constructor, which should be public AngularFire DB, because we are going to create a variable for database for storing contact list, which is of type AngularFire database. Obviously it should be. So by using this variable AngularFire DB, we are going to deal with the database in which is in our Firebase. So it is going to be the real-time database. So I'm gonna create one method called contact get contacts list, return this dot list, and it should be like contact list, or you can say contacts list. It returns this list, means if we want to display the list of contacts which we are storing in our database, then we can use this method. So this is the method. And now if we want to add a new contact to our list, then we need to use this method, add contact. This method will help us to store a new contact in our in our database. So it should be like this. Not apply, we just will use this one. It should be the contact list, and inside this I'm gonna add, not add, I think push, yeah. So if user wants to add a new contact to the list, then you can use this method, add contact method. Generally this method will call the database, and inside the list it just push the new contact. So name, and you need to give this name here as well. Now I'll create a method for deleting a contact, delete contact. This method will help you to delete a contact from the list. This dot AngularFire DB dot list, and we need to give our list name dot remove. This method, remove method, will just remove the contact from the list. So we need to give this ID here. So we have created our provider, we have done with all things in provider, and also we have seen how we are going to deal with the database and how we are going to get contact list, adding and deleting that contacts from the list. So we'll save this file, and now we'll move to the home.html file, which is our index page. So inside home.ts file, I'll just import things like import. First of all, we need to import our service provider, right? So we can use all stuff which is written here inside the Firebase service.ts. So we need to copy this, and we need to import here. So sorry, this one is wrong. We need to copy it again, copy this and paste it here. So we need to give the path as well for this service provider, right? So I'll just copy from here, which is in our app module, which is the root module of our application. So I'll just paste it here. Yeah, you can see here, cannot find module. I think we need to give it is not working because it is saying that cannot find module. Mm, we have to give, yeah, I think this thing we are missing. Yes, exactly, it it should be like this in home.ts file, dot dot slash dot dot slash, then your folder name, then your subfolder name, then your file name. It should be like this. The part should be in this manner. So it is going to work now. So I have given my service provider here. Now I'll create a list for contacts which will be of type Firebase list observable, and it will store the array of type any. So definitely it is going to give me an error because I haven't give the import statement here for Firebase list observable. Import Firebase list observable from AngularFire 2 / database. So this statement is going to bring the Firebase list observable, which will help us to display the contact list which we are going to store in our database. So we'll save this one, and now we'll create one variable for contact. You can see here I have created this contact for adding a new contact to our list. Now I'll give the contact list inside the constructor because we want that contacts list in our on our view page. So this dot contacts list equals to Firebase. Yeah, you need to give here so that we can access. First we need to give the Firebase service provider here. Sorry, Firebase service, which is of type this. You have to pass this parameter, then only you can use this Firebase service provider in your application. So I have given this dot Firebase service dot contact or get contact list method here. So what I'm doing here is I'm just getting all contacts from get contacts list method, and just I am storing in my contacts list observable. That's it. So now I am going to create a new method for adding a new contact. This dot Firebase service dot add contact of type name. We are just passing this, and for removing a contact from the list I'm just using this method, this dot Firebase service dot delete, because we have already given the method in the Firebase service provider. So we need to give here delete contact, and we have to pass the ID for deleting this one, and we have to also give this one inside this method. So we are all done now. So hope you understand what I am trying to show you here. I'm just trying to store a contact list. If user adds the contact to our list, then that contact is going to store in our contacts list, and that particular contact will also be can also be shown on our page in a list format. That contacts are going to show, are going to display on our page. So these all things which we are trying to do here. So I have saved this one, and now I'll create a view for this one. So I'm gonna create ion list. Inside this ion list, I'll just create, I have given ion list, and inside this I am going to give ion row, and inside this ion row I'll give ion column, and I'll close this one, ion column. So this column should be of 6, and inside this I'm going to display my contact, not my contact. I'll just create an input field to add a new contact to our list. Ion input type text and ng model. We are using two-way binding here. Ng model equals to our variable name, which I have given here for adding a new contact. It is empty right now, so I am using this one to add a new contact, and placeholder. Inside placeholder I'll just display a text called add new contact. So this one. So yeah, it is completed now. We just need to create a button for adding a new contact. Ion column, ion column, right. Inside this I'm going to create button, ion button, and the color can be any, it's your wish, you can give any color to the button. So I'll just use color equals to secondary. These all variables are present inside your variable, inside your variable.scss folder. These all things can be seen here: primary, secondary, danger, these all stuff. So I'll just use this color for my button, and I'll give click event to this button, and I'll give add contact, because we are using this method to add a new contact to our list. Add, that's it. So we'll just save these all things, and we'll run this application so that we can see our application is working fine or not. I'll use this command, Ionic Lab. So this command will run our Ionic application on Ionic Lab. You can see here our database is empty right now. You can see here null. It is running now. Now we'll see. Here we have just given 0 here, so we need to give it correctly. It is running. This might take some time, so hold tight. Copy finished in 16.03 seconds. Yeah, you can see the output within few moments. Yeah, our development server is running now. It is running on Ionic Lab. Now we'll see that our application is finally ready. It is not returning since input ion input. This one is not working. Yeah, we have missed this. We have to close the ng model closing braces. we have we forgot to give there the closing brace for ng model, which is used for two-way binding. It helps us for property binding and for event binding as well. This is the advantage for two-way binding in Angular. So if you forget to watch my previous videos on authentication with Firebase in Ionic 3, then make sure to watch that. I have created a playlist on my channel for Ionic 3. You can explore that list to watch uh, to know more about Ionic with Firebase. Recently I have published a video using Firebase. Now you can see here our application is ready. Now we'll give one contact name called anything Asif. Now we'll hit this button add. Now we'll see here, yeah, our contact list is finally ready, and if we expand this you can see here we are we can see here the ID, but we are not uh, we are unable to see the name Asif. So we are doing something wrong here. Name ID. I have given this one. Add contact. This thing is pushing this value. Add contact. uh, Actually I am passing a wrong parameter here. I have created a variable with the name contact, but I am passing name. So this thing is which I am doing here wrong. That thing is passing a parameter inside the add contact method. It should be like this dot contact. So this will help us to add a new contact to our list. We'll save this now and we'll see this is going to work. We were passing wrong parameter. I have given contact here, but I was passing name, so it was not going to work. But this thing is going to work because I have corrected that thing, and I have passed the correct parameter inside the add contact method. So now we'll we'll add a new contact. Now we'll add a new contact using this input field. When we click the add button, so it it will add a new contact to our list. So we'll click hit, and we'll see in our database that the name is appearing along with the ID. Now you can see here, so I'll add one more with the same name. Now I'll add here or this thing. I'll add another name called Noor, and I'll add one more name, Danish, and I'll add one more name called Nemat. So these all contacts which we have added on our Ionic application can be seen here inside contacts list. So this all contacts we will try to display here. using this method which I am going to show you now. So I'll create a new ion list, and inside this I'll give ion item hyphen sliding, this one, and I'll give my directive called ng for equals to let contact of contacts list, which is this contacts list. We are just looping here, and we'll use the pipe as well, async. This async pipe will will retrieve all the contacts from our list asynchronously. So I'll just use ion item here, and just I'll display that using using contact dot dollar value. So we'll save this, and we'll see that our contacts are displaying in a list format or not. Then finally we'll give an option to delete item. Yeah, you can see here all the contacts are displaying here on our home page. Now I'll give option for deleting contact, ion item options. Inside this I'll give this option should be at the right side, so we'll use side equals to right, and inside this I'll give one button for deleting that uh, particular contact, ion button, ion button, it should be icon only, and when user click that button, that item should be deleted from the contact list, right? So we'll use this method, delete contact method, and we'll pass contact dot dollar key. We are just passing the ID. Key means ID, and we are displaying the value using value variable. So I'm just passing here key. It means the ID, which is this one, this ID. And if you go back, you can see here we have different IDs for different contacts. So we are just passing that, and I'll use one ion icon for that. Delete button. Name should be trash. So I'll just save this, and I'll show you how you can delete the contacts from the list. So hope it is clear so far, and hope you're understanding how I am doing here. So when you pull this right, you can see here delete. Yeah, you can see here if we pull right, then you can see the delete icon. So I hope you understand about the database part, how I have created database, how I have created a list in database using AngularFire package in Ionic 3 with Ionic 3 with Firebase. So this is the way how you can create a simple Ionic application using Firebase in Ionic 3. So hope you like this and hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and share my videos, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching this video, and please drop your valuable feedbacks in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching this video. I'll see you in the next video.